Check out that ping dish. Good as a landmark, if nothing else. There's a lot on the line here. You've got nothing left. Took care of it. That's going to leave a mark. It's starting to add up. Chop, chop. Sharp steel. Running low. You're empty of keys. That's a mind monitor from the days gone. A device that blip-screened smart. Looks like the inputters need to be linked to get the mind monitor to boot up. It's mind over matter, software over hardware. Success is peace of mind. That's a ping dish from the long gone times. People used it to find pingals from transpongers. To get the ping dish to work, you need to line up the pong paddles for a proper match. That's a match. Now you can ping all the dishes you like. Spin that paddle to turn the ping dish properly. No pings there, only pongs. 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 Pingety ping ping, you found a transmessage. Look at that metal scrap over there. ready to jet. With luck, it'll keep you out of the goo. This is Bang Shelter 2G, still rock solid. That's hard to come by. You wear those well. It's a wild sensation to be away from the open air. That ain't bad. You need to point its face in the right direction. The deep cut. So much damage. Close encounter. Everything is at stake. Would you look at? Looks like the fry sparker's knobs need to be in sync if you want to get the hardware working. It's a fry sparker mindset. Boom! You got something. It's not exactly what you wanted, but you got it right away. The yerp fields, where the echo... There it is, the tree of life. The idea that all life is related by common descent, where the twigs are existing species and those produced in the past represent the succession of the extinct. The tree's great branches were once budding twigs, a connection between the past, present, and future. a representation of all extinct and living species with its ever-branching and beautiful ramifications. We are an evolution of those that came before. Rubber scrap is too much fun, so stretchy. Ah, some wood scrap. Always happy to find that. Let's see. It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above. It's quieter here, away from the sky. Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds. You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility. He can sense that your heart beats steadily and acknowledges that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without roots. What do you think his are? He's the one that's called Out of Date, remember? Out of Date says there's a time for everything, and now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone. Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things. If you continue to do good, good will follow you. If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst, something he calls the Ark. Two sides to everything, but for him it would be devastating if you were forced to use the Ark to escape while the world crumbled. Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core. The contamination disrupted what we now know as key energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate. He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head. It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real. He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground. The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out. The Ark has room for 4 more, and he trusts you'll apply wisdom to your compassion and choose whom to save if the world comes to end. He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark in the event of a cataclysm. Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy. He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Noko in the east. Out of Date says that even though he's unsure about your intentions, he hopes you'll support Noko. He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Noko and making sure she gets what she needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date was spot on. The hoof puff needs to be stopped. Out of Date says that Noko is worried now that the Eastern World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Noko keeps a fabled steed that she has planned to ride out to the World Eater, but needs help to get it prepared. Out of Date suggests that you should head east as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He wonders what's on your mind. Didn't have much else to say, so no problem. This is way worse than moist. The moistest. hurts less now. You're not dead yet. Can't wait to get on flatter ground.
Mapda betayu.
Says you should enjoy the day.
Krakiusa kladas.
Wouldn't be surprised if you met again. Look at those notices on the board. Too bad the gnotes couldn't read them. If you wander around here, you might find Noko. She just loves those gnotes. Once the power ran out, it made sense to ride gnotes, and that tradition continued through the years. Powered types of transportation polluted the world, but didn't poop in the street. Obviously, they didn't have their priorities right in those days. Watch your step here, and you might find tracks of another traveller. Let's see.
Puri kumbala muma. Bendrine senama.
Nooks isn't an easy language, but at least it's manageable. She says she is so happy to see you again.
Inadabsunka?
She wonders if you remember her. She's Noko. She let you ride her Majut when you were a kid.
Ritsentende.
Noko remembers you used to chase around with so much energy and is glad to see you haven't lost any of that spark.
Brumblene marsamambunundu.
But that's all long gone now, though. Memories show us where we've been, not where we're going.
Brumblene marsamambunundu.
Believes everyone needs direction in this broken world. Your only hope is that you'll end up in a good place once all this is over.
Ferena masalapu.
Noko remembers those days too, but she never lets herself wallow in them, no matter how tempting that can be.
Ferena masalapu.
She sees you're back to buck with Lupa Lupin. Can't see how there's any way to avoid that now. Not for long, at least.
Amun.
She says the horrors of your younger days were enough to ruin anyone, but not you. You've got all that cheer about you still.
Domale tuk.
Noko says history is like the trail you've been on. You can walk back down it any time you like, until it's worn smooth. But you get to blaze your own trail from here.
Domale tuk.
Then you are stronger than her. She can't help wanting Lupa Lupin to pay for what he did to her gnotes, despite the fact it's against her nature.
Come toward the light.
Slow down. Why would you rush in?
When you see what you want, why wait?
Well, what about being careful?
Pah! Poppycock! Full speed ahead!
Ganoruta.
Asks how many paths you've wandered in the world, and if you ever wonder about what might have changed if you'd taken different ones.
Arieloche nui mumera.
The choices can be overwhelming, but you have to choose, or you just stay where you are. And what kind of choice is that? So happy the world is going to live, would have been crushed to see all the gnotes die with it. Likes that you stood up for the world and spurred your way toward helping it out. Glad you saw the light with the myriad. They always bring a sparkliness to any day, and sometimes the nights too. They're just so shiny, makes her smile to think about them. But let's not speak of that now. She has an idea where the Majut might have gone, as there's no other place it likes as much as its own corner of the open wild. She's even named it the Majut Meadow. The Majut will recognize the scent you've attracted while being here, so it'll probably trust you enough to follow you. You should lead the Majut back here when you find it. It's going to take time to get it calm enough to be able to ride out to the World Eater. She's sad that something as wild as the hoof puff can't be tamed, but has to come to terms with the fact that you need to stop it. It's just one peak after another. You found the Majut Meadow. Watch out for the Majut. Spin that stick. Choke up that grip. It's becoming terminal. Ready for battle again. Don't trust your eyes so much. They play tricks in the dark. Might not need that now, but you will later.
Kanaruta.
Now that the Majut is back in the pen, it seems calm, but Noko is still concerned.
Andro?
She says the Majut is still anxious, but fortunately she knows just the thing it needs to calm down.
Pendrines enema.
The Majut once found and ate a bonbon gummy by mistake, and that the chewing really calmed it down.
Urasa durut.
She says that you should find some bonbon gummies for the Majut by the crossway. At least, that's where she found some last time.
Urasa durut.
It was the mere sound of the hoof puff that started it. She's never seen it so upset. It just ran away before. Peddler is eager for you to have a look at the ware. Points out they just restocked, so found a good home for your junk. There are probably more things you should get rid of. A deal to be proud of. A crossway. This means you have a choice to make. Which way? Locked. Nothing's simple. It's locked. Someone will pay dearly for that. It's time to create your own path. Need a key. That looks like the control box handles need to be wheeled to buzz the wire. Wired up and ready to go. Seems like a peculiar item. Better get a move on if you want to change things. Want to get your arms swole? Grab those guns flexors and get pumping that iron. Got to time it right to make them work. Left, right, left, right. Pumping good, looking better. tribes need someone to unite them. You shouldn't be surprised if you stumble on more of these. It's an electropanel, a closed loop that pushes voltage spark. Flick the switches in order to greenlight the current and activate the electrons in the panel. Good. The loop is electrified enough to spark. That's a motored blind box dispenser. Cranks like these usually need to be wound to operate the dispenser. What you see is what you get, once it's out of the blind box, that is. It's been a long night, but it's over soon. Don't see that every day. With its attention diverted to the chewy bonbon gummy, the Majut calms down. But Noko is still concerned. She's relieved the Majut has calmed down, but you'll need a heavier sit-tight to ride it than the one she's got.
Andro?
The only sit-tight she can think of that would be heavy enough is one she's spotted mounted on an old-world mecha-Majut. If she remembers correctly, she spotted it at the Smilo Shopperia while scavenging for treats for the Gnotes. That's not so far away.
sana jote.
Seems to her they preferred the Mechamajuts over the living counterparts in the old world. Maybe the Gnotes were near extinct.